Skyfall is the 23rd film in the James Bond film franchise. It is directed by Sam Mendes and stars Daniel Craig, Javier Bardem, and Dame Judi Dench. Now you might be thinking, hey Hito, why are you reviewing Skyfall right now? I mean, shouldn't you have done this like a long time ago when Spectre came out? And you know what? You are absolutely right. I should have done this back in October, and if you have seen my review of Quantum of Solace, I even promised you guys that I was going to talk about this movie the week after that review. But at the time I was just too busy, you know, college, homework, assignments, exams, more exams, quizzes, and all that stuff. And I wanted to talk about Skyfall, and I did go see Spectre, but you know, I just didn't have time for making YouTube videos. Then I realized we're in the middle of January right now, which means only the shittiest of shitty movies come out this month, and I probably won't see most of them, so why not talk about Skyfall and Spectre instead? Because they're much more fun. Now let me start by saying I love this movie so much. I do have it on Blu-ray right here, you know, Skyfall. You know, I think it's a great film. It's one of the best Bond movies of all time, and I think it's one of the best action movies of this decade. There is so much I love about this film. I love the action. It is exciting and gripping, and the entire thing just moves like a roller coaster. It opens with this fantastic 15-minute chase sequence. There's a bike chase, there's shootouts, and there's a lot of punching and kicking and on top of the train, and it's awesome. And each act has great action sequences in this film, and you know, they are all great. I love the characters in this film. Daniel Craig is fantastic as Bond. Judi Dench is terrific as M. Her character is very important in this movie, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. There's Ben Whishaw playing Q. I think he's great. There is Ralph Fiennes. He's always fantastic. And Naomi Harris, spoiler alert, playing Miss Moneypenny. I think it's a great casting choice. And there is also a fantastically twisted and badass villain played brilliantly by Javier Bardem. This character is intelligent, wicked, and unpredictable. He is basically a fallen angel. I love his backstory. I think it perfectly sums up why he became the guy he is now. And Javier Bardem, Oscar-winning actor, you know, he's phenomenal. He's awesome. I also love the fact that it's very humorous. Like, there are so many good one-liners in this movie, and I chuckled consistently. When people talk about Skyfall, I always hear them saying that this is a dark and serious movie compared to other Bond movies, and it feels more like Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, and I kind of disagree. I don't think this is a dark movie. You want to talk about dark movies? I'll give you some dark movies. A Clockwork Orange is a dark movie. Seven is a dark movie. The Counselor is a dark and bleak movie. Room, my favorite film of 2015, is a devastatingly dark movie. Is Skyfall a dark movie? I don't think so. I think it has a story that's grounded in reality, and it also brings back the sense of real pain and danger that Casino Royale had, but I don't think this is a dark movie at all. I think it's a great blend of drama and humor and emotion. I also think this is a great piece of filmmaking. I mean, oh my god, on a technical level, I think this is a perfect film. And I know that perfection does not exist in this world, but it is a perfect film. The cinematography by Roger Deakins, I mean, wow, this is a work of genius. The way he uses lights, shadows, and reflections, I mean, it just blows my mind every time I see it. The editing is so smooth and spot on. It's not like Quantum of Nothing where you can't tell what the fuck is going on. The production design is magnificent, the costumes are dazzling, and the beautiful score by Thomas Newman. I mean, this movie is not only orgasmic, but also eye-gasmic and ear-gasmic and super-gasmic all around. You know, there's all kinds of orgasm happening. But the thing I love the most about Skyfall is that it has a very personal story at the core, and it's not about Bond. The last two movies were about Bond and how his adventures influenced his life. Casino Royale was about his origin, about the first and last woman he truly loved. It was about how this guy became the James Bond we all know and love, and it was grittier and more grounded than other Bond movies. And then Quantum of Nothing happened, and it pretty much destroyed everything the Casino Royale built. But that movie was still about Bond and him seeking for, I guess, solace. I mean, there was no solace in that movie, but whatever. But Skyfall is not exactly about him. As I said earlier in this video, Judi Dench's M plays a significant role in this movie, and in a way, this movie is about her character. The movie starts with her making a mistake, making one of her agents shoot Bond, and then moves on to her dealing with the consequences of her decision, and then Silva, played by Javier Bardem, appears, and we learn that he holds personal grudge against her. Everything in Skyfall revolves around M. She is the beating heart of this story. Yes, Bond's past becomes kind of relevant in the third act, but really up until then, it's all about M and her relationships with Bond and Silva. And personally, I think this movie would have been just as great as it is now, even if it didn't have any stuff about Bond's past. I'm not complaining, I'm perfectly happy with the finished product. And in regards to flaws or my issues with the film, I can't really think of anything. I love Skyfall very much. This is the definition of escapism. This is the perfect example of popcorn entertainment. This is why we go to the movies, to see some spectacular action, to see some great characters and some casual banter between them, which is why I am giving Skyfall an A+. What? You just gave an A+ to Skyfall? Casino Royale is a much better movie, man. What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking yellow people? The grading doesn't really mean a thing. I mean, it's just a letter. An A+, it's pretty much the same thing. What matters is that they are both good movies, and I love both of them. So guys, what are your thoughts on Skyfall? Do you love it or do you hate it? Whatever it is, let me know your thoughts down below. And at the end of the month, I'm gonna talk about Spectre. I am very excited to talk about it, so look forward to that. And thank you so much for watching as always, and if you like this, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video.